Hello everybody and welcome back. Today we have our second video in our adventure series here. Today we're trying something a little bit new. Last time you might have seen those cards that we had and we drew the randomized cards. This one is not from the cards. I just found this on TikTok or something. But we are here at Cedar Lake's Woods and Botanical Gardens. Quite the trek to get here. We're pretty much out in the middle of nowhere. This is very back into Oklahoma and just exploring days. Nice to see this down in Florida. Definitely a change from what we're used to here on the channel and just for me in my normal life. But we're gonna head on in. I think we have to pay a little bit. I think it's $15 per person, something like that. And then we're just gonna go walk around, explore, see what this place has to offer. I know there's obviously lots of plant life and stuff to look at, some nice trails and some water areas. And then I think some natural springs and stuff as well. There's a lot of swimming areas around here too, but it's upper 70s and I imagine the water's pretty cold. So no swimming today, but maybe in the future. But let's get inside and see what they have to offer. All right, we've got our tickets, made it inside. Just so you know, it's about $12 per person. They also do discounts for military, first responder, all types of stuff like that. But yeah, just about $25 for us to come in. They do some light snacks and stuff up at the front. And then you start over here on the trails. So here's a quick map of the place just so you can see kind of what's going on here. And they have all these trail markers all throughout, these little yellow numbers, the actual markers, just to help you kind of guide along the way. Of course, this is all surrounding that big lake there. There is a waterfall, she said, as well as some bridges that go across the lake. So yeah, we're just gonna start around and see what we find. Well, pretty quick, we've come across our first trail marker here, and it seems that kind of all these little stops, they have a little thing to go off and do or look at. So this is trail marker number 1, and this is the kids garden. What that means, I don't know. We're gonna find out. But they got all types of stuff hidden through here. Little trinkets and statues and stuff. There's a dinosaur up there, because why not? Look at the spikes on this sucker. That's crazy. I wouldn't want to fall into one of those. I don't even know what this is. Weird. All right, this is the inside of the kids garden. Oh, cacti. Cacti everywhere. And what says children like cactus? Okay. This is a very odd place so far. It's cool, lots of cool stuff. We sold stuff like this back at the pool store when I worked at the pool store. This little glass, the blown glass that then goes onto the tree stumps. Kind of cool. Well, here's number 2, and we actually passed this going into what we thought was the kids' garden. Oh no, this is the Memorial Cacti and Succulent Garden. That's where we just came from. That makes a lot more sense. And this is our kids' garden. Can I walk across this bridge? I assume it's here to walk across. I feel like that's usually what bridges are for. Oh yeah, we're all good. But this is a little kid garden. This makes a lot more sense. More of these little metal sculptures and stuff all throughout. Fish and chicken and birds and everything else. And a pig. And a nice little tea party straight out of Alice in Wonderland. Looks like they also have a kind of an event space over here as well, where you can come and rest and eat your snacks and all that. We did bring a few snacks with us. I saw that was recommended on the website. So supposedly it's only 1.5 miles all the way around. I thought it was a lot bigger if you did all the trails, but 1.5 miles is what the worker said. So a little shorter than I thought. I will say, I think we're definitely really not here in the ideal time of year. As you know, Florida just had a big freeze and a lot of the plants died everywhere. And also, I'm sorry, I forgot my windsock again for my microphone, so it may be a little breezy, but hopefully it's not too bad. But yeah, like I was saying, might not be the best time of year. I'm sure it's a lot more beautiful around spring and into the summer, but look at this view. This is awesome. Looks like the water's down a lot compared to where it normally is. But yeah, awesome looking place. Definitely, there's a swan. That's random. Definitely seems like a spring to summer type place, but still beautiful even this time of year. Here at stop number 5, and you can see that waterfall that she was talking about. Not much of one, but it's a waterfall. I think we can go down there a little bit closer to it in a little bit. Looks like they got a koi pond as well down here. Back here at the top, there's actually another koi pond. There's lots of them. They're kind of all hiding there under the leaves, but not a very big pond here. It appears we're still stuck in the Christmas spirit here. Is this a year-round thing, or are they just not taking down decorations? I don't know. This probably is really pretty at night. I don't know if maybe they used to wrap some more trees or what, but there's a lot of Christmas lights and Christmas decor all throughout over on this section still. Interesting. Look at this. Here's another great view of the main lake area here in the middle. Kind of got a water fountain out there in the middle and a little gazebo out as well. Like I said, we'll get all down there here in a little bit and check all that stuff out up close, but definitely good views from up here on the higher levels. here at stop number 11 along the way, and this might be the best view so far. You can see straight out into the main lake area. Wow. It's definitely a really cool place. I mean, we're just getting started, but I do wish it was kind of a lot more natural. I kind of thought it was a pretty much natural place, but it is definitely very like man-made, but still cool. Definitely something that I like to come back to in the summertime. Got a Japanese maple garden here, and yeah, coming here in the wintertime after a freeze was not the right play. See a few little buds on these. These are Japanese maples, it says. I know nothing about plants or trees, so we're just gonna hope that I can read okay. Here we go, we finally got some color here. Yeah, I'm not gonna try to pronounce any of the words on this sign. Sorry, you weren't focused at all. I don't know what is what. I don't know what's the name. Some of these have like, I assume they're the people who donated them or the people who like sponsored them. But I don't know. Right up here at spot 13, we have a torii gate. I think that's what it's called, right? A Japanese torii gate. We of course have one of these in Epcot. There at the front of the Japan pavilion, but yeah, I mean, I don't really know what to talk about as we look at all this stuff. I'm really just kind of doing my best to show you all the interesting stuff, and I know I keep saying it, but it would definitely look a lot prettier different times of years. But I hope you enjoy at least watching this and seeing some of the stuff they have to offer here. Look at the size of these koi fish here and how yellow that one is. I mean, that thing's like sparkling in the sun. That's crazy. These are koi, right? I'm pretty sure. Once again, I'm not a wildlife expert, but pretty confident. Look, there's like a dark black with some orange on it. It's crazy all the different colors that they have on these things. And the size, I can't get over how big they are. The only koi pond I'm ever used to is the one at Hunan back in Ponca City. They didn't have anything like this. We were lucky to even have fish in there. Look at this tree. Got all types of lights in here. This would look awesome at night. See if I can drag it down a little bit. There you go. You can kind of see some of the lights better now. And it looks like we got a bunch more koi down here. Interesting. All right, now we're gonna keep heading down towards the lower level and get a little bit closer to the lake area in the middle. Got a nice little turtle hanging out down here at the bottom of the water, all by himself. Just floating along and living life. Good amount of wildlife here. Also, that bridge goes to nowhere. Okay, just realized that. Weird. But seems like a lot of wildlife out here. Lots of koi fish. There's some more fish down here in the water, actually, you can see. Turtles, swans, ducks, all types of stuff. Saw some butterflies earlier. I'm sure there's more different times of year, but neat to see all the animals. One of the things I saw when I was like looking up what people said about this place is that it's scary to take toddlers here. And I was like, that's kind of odd, but yeah, I can see that now. These rails aren't doing much for little kids. Here's one of those small islands you can go out on. Let's head out here and see what there is to see, even though I can see it all from here, but might as well, why not? Nice little picnic table, be a good place to stop and have a snack. Beware of cypress knees, walk carefully. What is this? Oh, that's the tree roots, like these here. Okay, that makes sense. This is a weird step down. Looks like at one point you could also come this way and go all the way around back here, because there's also some trails back there that I saw, but it all says closed at the moment. I wish they let you just walk up there, because it'd be fun. Nice and up close to the fountain here. I think it sprays pretty far. That's kind of crazy. Wish that rainbow was still here that we saw from up there. It'd be really cool from down here, but I think the sun has moved far enough that it's gone now. Definitely a peaceful place, and this time of year and this time of day, it's a Wednesday right in the middle of the day right now, so there is nobody here. I think we've seen a total of about 3 other groups in the entire place. Definitely a good time to come if you want to be a little more peaceful and not as crowded. It is nice that you can get down here pretty much all the way up to the water. They did say this place has some flooding issues sometimes, so I'd imagine that this gets blocked off when it gets crazy high like that, but you can see the water level is really far down. But yeah, you can come all the way up here, all the way up against the water. No swimming here at this particular location, like you can't get in this water, but you can come right down to it. This view of the fountain's really cool over here by the gazebo. The sun coming through it. You can almost see a rainbow. Am I crazy? Maybe. I don't think it's coming up on camera. I don't know. I might just be crazy. Well, now the sun's going behind the clouds, so definitely not now. Well, we've reached the dead end on the other side. This is that trail that comes back here all the way around, goes all the way back here to right there. That's the one that we saw earlier. That's the island where we were on the other side looking at the fountain. That's Duck Island. You can tell because it's got all the ducks out there. Those are huge ducks, by the way. Those ones must eat actual food compared to just the Disney ducks that eat popcorn all day. Those are big old ducks. Look at these tadpoles in here. I don't think I've ever seen tadpoles that big. That's crazy. There's another one up here on the ledge. I don't even may be able to see a little bit better. That's almost a frog. That could turn into a frog any day now. Just kidding. I have no idea what that time frame is actually like, but they're huge. That's crazy. Here's that waterfall that we saw from up top, the big one. But it's a cool view. I think we get to walk right up behind it, but I can tell that pathway is going to be super slippery, so wish me luck. All right, let's head up here towards the waterfall. This path is a little grown over, which is fine, of course. I really thought that all of this was like trails, but I didn't think it was like concrete trails. There's almost like a path back here too. Huh. But yeah, everything here is pretty much concrete and paved and very obviously man-made. Staff only. Well, okay, we'll go this way. And here we are, the moment you've all been waiting for, the back side of water. A little Jungle Cruise reference never hurts. Man, my socks are gonna get wet. All right, let's get back quick. Oh, don't slip. This is like all algae everywhere too. That's dangerous. We made it, mission accomplished. And there she is. Cool. Found another island here with some palm trees, but look at this. Here are those swans. That's crazy. There's 3 of them out here. I don't know if I've ever been this close to a swan in my life. Their feet are huge. That's crazy. I wonder what they're diving for. What's down there that they're eating? I don't know. Definitely cool to see. Looks like there's another water fountain thing back there. And then we also need to head up here. We're gonna do that here in just a second, but had to come and appreciate the swans for a little bit. Here's a look at the swan still out here on the other side of the island here. I will say, I'm sure you can hear me getting more stuffy as the video goes on. As somebody with severe allergies, this is a little rough. I can't imagine what it'd be like in the springtime when everything's bloomed, because even right now, it's definitely getting to me. Little cabin up there. I'm sure that's private. I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's something part of this place that you can rent out, or if this is just somebody's actual cabin up here. I don't know. We'll find out. Looks like we can get pretty close up there to it. We have come across the bridge that leads to nowhere. Just a dead end. Oh, and it's a suspension bridge, so she bounces a little. It's a little sketchy. Wow, look at that view. That might be the best view that I've seen so far. That is beautiful. You can see the Torii Gate up there that we saw, and the little bridge here that we crossed earlier. The koi ponds are just on the top side of that bridge there. This waterfall is better than the one up at the front. Well, we made it up top here to the cabin, and that's about it. There's plants and weird, scary masks, an old fridge that's locked, and I don't even want to know what's in there. This is weird, kind of sketchy. I think we'll just continue right on by. How does that sound? Well, after passing through the beautiful little orchard here, we turn the corner to the pet cemetery, because that makes sense, and there's a lot of pets here. What the heck? April, Dobie, Daisy, Arthur, Oliver, Abigail, Lancelot. What a name for an animal. 4 Socks. I'm assuming that's a cat, I hope. This is weird and kind of creepy and odd. Why is Oliver so special? He gets the big cross. Let's just continue on past that. How about, yeah, let's just keep going. Hey there, Delilah. I don't really know how far down here we're supposed to go. We're at a fence line, but there's a trail here, kind of private property. No fishing, no hunting. Cool, not doing that. And I think this whole thing is private property, so I think we're okay, I hope. There's no hunting, so yeah, I'm not gonna say that actually. Let's keep coming down here. Yeah, I think that we're gonna hit a dead end here. Oh no, we can just loop back this way, okay. There's a tiny little sliver right there, but I'm not walking on that. Got a beautiful lake here on the other side of the trees though. Let's see if we can get over there by it. Got one little outlook here over this pond. Beautiful water, surprisingly clean compared to the rest of the Florida water. But there's a old rock quarry around here. That's kind of what this place is all built around, so I don't really know what that has to do with this lake. I just felt like telling you now. I think it's right over there is where the rock quarry is. Look at this, 110-year-old lime rock quarry headquarters. I'm assuming that is it. There's also old like a platform tent here. Interesting. I don't know what this is. Looks like an old barrel of some kind. It's huge. I don't know what it is. Weird. You can take home a souvenir if you'd like. There's all types of weird stuff around here. Kind of creepy back on this half. Very different tone than the rest of the park here. And we've made it to spot number 31. I think that this is our last big lookout here over the center area. Beautiful views all around. I enjoyed it. It was worth it. I mean, 12 bucks to get in isn't bad at all. I definitely would not be opposed to coming back in the future, in the spring or summer when everything's bloomed, but I have to bring some Flonase with us when we do that, that's for certain. Well, that's gonna be it for this adventure today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, it's a really cool place, and we'll probably come back in the future. Will I vlog? I don't know, we'll find out. But I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any other ideas for other adventures around Central Florida that we can go and do. Hopefully we'll have some theme park vlogs coming in the near future. I have a few that I'm working on, but honestly, I've just been really busy with work and getting other things done, so the vlog's kind of taken a step back, but hopefully we'll have some more coming soon for the main channel, as well as Mission Archive, which I have several that I'm still working on. The Carousel of Progress video is a lot of work, but that's one that I'm really excited for when it does finally get finished. So anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.